Good morning, children. You are welcome to SS class. Let us continue our sixth chapter, the revolt of the 1857. The revolt of 1857. Today let us study causes behind the failure of revolt. Today let us study causes behind the failure of the revolt. Failure of the revolt. Let us see. Last previous lesson, you know that we have studied that Mangal Pandey and also some Sipani started the revolt. But some revolt of the 1857, the first big challenge to British rule, it failed due to many reasons. There are many reasons to fail. We know that some persons, most of the soldiers died and also somebody arrested. There was some reasons for the failure. Let us see this passage. Let us see what the failure reasons of the failure. First reason, the revolt did not spread to all over the country. Did not spread to all parts of the country. In India, only some parts of some state only started the revolt. So it was not, and also it is not support by all groups of sections of the society. All the society and different sections did not support the soldiers, our Indian soldiers. Many Indian rulers refused to help the rebels. They think that the Sipani was the rebels, so did not help them. So this is also one reason for the failure. Which one? The revolt did not spread to all parts of our India, or did not spread our different parts of the country, nor it was supported by all the groups of the society. And also the many Indian rulers refused to help the rebels. Many Indian rulers refused to help and the rebels. And the third point, the second point, let us study. The revolt did not organize properly. If we are there in a program, we have to organize nicely. But this soldiers, the revolt was did not organize properly. Second point said, did not organized properly, and revolt in different parts of the country were uncoordinated, also not organized, and also not programmed. They did not the different, and also there is no organized properly and also uncoordinated. So it was a failure to revolt. Then the rebels had no proper ideology or programs. They are coming start and not there. Let us do here like that. Not there no any ideology and also the program. That also failed. One point failed to revolt. Then third point, the leadership of the movement was weak. Our Indian soldiers, there is no leadership. There is no weak leadership. Weak was the movement was weak. Leadership of the movement was weak. Most of the leaders fought to liberate their own territory only. Most of the leaders only their own territory, not going to other state only. Where they are, their territory only there. No national leader merged to coordinate the movement and give the purpose direction. There is no national leader. So it was also the process of failure of the revolt. The next point, the rebels were shortage of weapons, and also there is no fund. But the Indian British there are more funds and unlimited funds and modern weapons. Our Indian soldiers know modern weapons. That also other points. Okay, all these points are failure to. First point is I said the revolt did not spread all over the parts of the country, and also some did not support, and their rulers did not support, and many they fight to help, and also the revolt was not organized and also not cooperated, and there is no proper ideology or program. Then the leadership movement of the leadership was very weak. And there is no leaders, national level leader. They have no national level, no leader, international leader organize the or give the directions, and also rebels were short weapons and shortage of weapons and fund. They have no finance problem, but in British have they have unlimited funds and modern weapons. Okay, these points were the causes of the failure of the revolt. Okay, you understand? The next point is nature of the revolt. What was the nature of the revolt? Some points only. Many historians refer to revolt the Symphony mutiny just to underline the characters of the revolt. According to them, revolt was the support only a handful of native soldiers. The facts, however, suggest otherwise. An uprising and long-lasting was widespread, and this cannot explained by just disaffection. That was greased cartridge costume among the sepoys. The revolt did begin as mutiny by the sepoys, but it was soon supported by the people from all sections of society. Okay, the participation of the widespread of the popular peasants and artisans made the revolt a widespread and popularizing. In some regions, the common people revolted before the symphonists displayed their rebellions instant all. This shows that it was a popular revolt. Now let us go to the British policies after the revolt. British policies after the revolt. Let us see. The British policies in India underwent major changes after 1815. There are many rules changes in 1857. Let us see. All these changes were made to strengthen their hold over the India and prevent another countrywide upgrade. Some more rules and regulations in 1857 they added. In August 1858, the British Parliament passed Act by which the rule of India, East India Company in India came to an end. They passed another rule, an Act 1857. The Indian Company in India came to the Act transferred to all administrative powers of the Crown. The Britain's the main Crown. The India all power in India they have. All policies concerning India, concerning where to India, framed by the government in Britain. The Britain government accepted direct responsibility for the ruling India. The Britain Company there is no direct control to the India in British East India Company. So by the Act of 1858, the Minister of British Cabinet was appointed to manage affairs in India. He was called Secretary of State. He was assisted by an advisory body called the Indian Council. How is called? It's called Indian Council. Indian Council. It was an act. So, by the Act of 1858, a Minister of the British Cabinet was appointed to manage affairs in India. He was called Secretary of State. He is called Secretary of State. He was assisted by an advisory body. It was first some advisory body means some councillors are there. So they called India Council. They called some persons. You can be like this, like the ministers, councillor, councillor. Like that, there is minister. They have some councillors also. So like that, there was an advisory body called the India Council. That they were called India Council. The Secretary of the State was responsible to the British Parliament. He was this person, the Secretary of the State was the main responsible. He was the first responsible to the British Parliament. Second point, the Act of 1815 also made changes in the function of the government of government of India. That also some function government of India. Some this act they're forcing to changes. So the Act of 1815 also made changes in the functioning of the government in India. The government of India would be headed by the Governor General. Who was the governor? Who was the governor? The Governor General all the territory to govern, to rule, the power of rule. 1850s also made changes in the function of the government in India. The government in India would be headed by the Governor General. Since he was appointed by the crown, he was given the title of Viceroy. That's why you know Viceroy. He was called what we called he was called Viceroy. Then Viceroy. Then he was also here to the executive councils and legislative council. And also he was helped the executive council and legislative council. He would report to the Secretary State of England. He was report to Secretary to England. Now other person that study Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria was the great queen of the Great Britain. She was the prince, and 63 years she was reigned there. Kingdom 83, 63 years was the long years Queen of Britain. So Queen Victoria assured the rulers of princely states of the government would not annex their territories. She gave some advices to the our country. They even suppressed the internal revolts to help the rulers their power by stopping all the annexations, withdrawing the doctrine of lapse, and rewarding title of the owners, the rulers. The government tried to make them allies. The queen promised not to interfere the social and religious beliefs and the customs of the people. She said? She promised not to interfere in the social and religious beliefs and customs of the people, but in the name of non-interference, the government stopped supporting social reforms. The next point, let us study. Main point: the British began to follow the policy of divide and rule. Policy of divide and the British began to follow the policy of divide and rule. Divide and rule. You know the divide and rule. During the uprising, both Hindus and Muslims had fought together. They want rule again to divide and rule. Then both the people, Hindus and Muslims, and all religious are here, no? So what they did to the British people, they divide. How? Some reasons are that was fighting together, Muslims and Hindus to fighting together. That is why he divide and rule. Like that rule, the people they can catch the people together. So during the uprising, both Hindus and Muslims had fought together. The British disliked this unity. They felt that they strengthened the rule. They want to divide the unity. They needed to divide the two communities. They were the British, they are very intelligent. No? They divide the groups to against each other. So they accused the Muslims of instigating an uprising and began to discriminating against them. The ratio to European soldiers in Indian soldiers was raised. It was fixed at once too in the Bengal army and to fight the Bombay and Madras armies. All the strategic positions were to be held by European troops. Important divisions such as the artillery were totally in the hands of European troops. No Indian could become an officer. So it is these reasons British policies after the revolt. What was there? rules. They put one act 1858, an act of 1858. That was a minister of the British cabinet was appointed a managed address in India, and also that rules they become the state councils and viceroy, and they have to main rule here. He was the head of the executive council and legislative council. He would report to the secretary to the England. And also Victoria, we know that Queen Victoria, she also had some rules are here, and British, what they did, began to follow the policies of divide and rule. During the uprising, both Hindus and Muslims had fought together, and the British disliked this unity. They felt that was the strengthen the rule. That was they divide they divide the groups. So now this you have to understand the main points of the revolt, how the reasons. The revolt of the 1857. First we studied the causes of the revolt. First we studied the causes of the revolt, what the causes, and second part we studied the beginning of the revolt, how they started, and who was the leader, and who was the suppressor of the revolt. Then today we studied that causes of behind the failure of revolt, causes behind the failure of the revolt. And next point we had British policies after the revolt. Then afterwards, our revolt was failure. Then they became added some rules and regulations in India. Again, they became the strong in British in India. So please read the text. First you watch the video, and after you must read the lesson. Then you can understand more points. Okay. Now let us conclude here. Thank you very much for your watching.